Oh, and welcome to part 44 of my Let's Play / stream of Star Trek Online. We are now going to undertake the future proof story arc now, and we are in the middle of, well, when this part was made, we're in the middle of the anniversary event, hence why you can see dancing giant Gorn. That's Q, by the way. Hello, Q. Yeah, so is this the? But we're not interested in the anniversary event. I will, of course, probably do something about that. Probably show off the missions that are in this. Probably do an anniversary stream, something just to show off what's going on here with my main character. So you probably will see at some point, but it's nothing to do with this. Well, nothing to do with this Let's Play. So let's pick up the mission. It's the future episode, which I'm skipping. Right, so we're going down here. Future proof. And to sunrise, the stars in an unexplored system of Rignar has become unstable, and there's nothing to indicate a change of stellar life cycle. So it's a perfect opportunity for us to chart the system, investigate the star, and improve our understanding of what's happening.
With the war over, it's time for us to rebuild, to take stock of our situation, and to return to our roots as explorers. We've recently noticed that a star in an unexplored system near Ferenginar has become unstable. There's nothing to indicate any change to its stellar life cycle, so this is a perfect opportunity for us to chart the system, investigate the star, and improve our understanding of what's happening. I want you to head up this investigation. Find out why this star is suddenly dying, and make sure it isn't going to be a threat to any nearby worlds or systems.
So we'll go to Deep Space Nine and pick up a solar specialist, and then go to one of the unexplored star system on the edge of Ferenginar sector in Alpha Quadrant and investigate the sudden instability in the star there. We received instructions to pick up a stellar phenomena specialist, a Cardassian scientist by the name of Tonora Zial. She's currently at Deep Space Nine, and we can beam her directly aboard from the station. Noted, we'll pick up the specialist when we reach Deep Space Nine, which will be instant in a second as I get up into space. Yeah, so there's all the what's going on. So the measures of morality, the TFO, the battle of the binary stars, which should have been something else, but we won't go into that. Well, we'll discuss it more when I do an anniversary stream. What's going on? 10th anniversary of the game, but not really of the console release. Pisses PC players on. I don't know. Elitist snobs. We're all gamers. We're all gamers at the end of the day. Okay, if you're an Xbox person, PlayStation person, bloody Sega Mega Drive person, we're all gamers. I mean, I've been through the console war BS. But, right, so, as I said, I'm going to instantly go there. Hopefully I have it, which is... no, I don't have access to that. Bugger. Looks like we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. I don't have direct... Right, we are going towards the sector. That's what we're going to have to do this the old way. See, I would have just transported straight to DS9, but I don't have a high enough diplomatic rank in duty officers. I think it's rank 4, rank 3. I think it is. You get obviously don't have a high enough rank, so we'll do it the old-fashioned way. But thankfully, we're in a ship with a good an advanced slipstream drive, which means it lasts for 1 minute 30 seconds, I think it is. 1 minute 30 seconds, where is it? 1 minute. Over the normal 30 seconds, it normally powers up for, so Deep Space Nine locked in, target it, and boom. When I'm finished. Shut that off. Now we shouldn't have to go to Deep Space Nine itself. We should be able to pick up the specialist out here in sector space. Should be able to beam him straight on. No, we will have to go to Deep Space Nine. No, we're going to Deep Space Nine then. So be it, game. If you want to make me have to go all the way to Deep Space Nine. We'll be on the specialist.
Thank you for the pickup. I'm Tenora Zuval. Let's get started. My preliminary observations show some kind of unknown stellar problem. This unexplored system near Ferenginar is undergoing solar death. Basically, it's as if the star is going out suddenly, but there's no good reason why. We need to get close enough to take some readings and see what we can figure out.
You've changed a lot since I last done this mission. I see. Helm depart from Deep Space Nine. Engage. We're heading near Ferenginar. No. That's an explored system, that's good. Yeah. Yes, so the dying light goes to the unexplored system, so we're going to pop along and find out what's going on in the unexplored system. And I'm making along this and getting there. Probably. I don't know what I was going to bloody say. It's difficult to talk bollocks while you're flying through space. There's Ferenginar. These me going back and forward is lag spiking is because of the anniversary event. Everyone's turning up. It's causing some stress to the servers, and we might get a server timeout at some point. Don't know why we've got respawn unlock. Bit of a strange thing, but here we are. An unexplored gas giant, and we shall begin sunrise. Measure morality, join Jerry Ryan, 7 and 9, and Michael Burnham. Crap. Sunrise. Here we go. We've arrived in system about 0.4 AU, that's the numerical units, from the star, sir. Still no indication of what's causing the stellar decay. Detecting only gas giants in the system, no sign of rocky planets other than the occasional moon for those Genovians. That's supposed to be a joke. We're a little outside optimal range. We could probably get better resolution with the sensors and if we nudged a few kilometers closer. Let's move in closer, get some readings of the star and see what we can figure this out. So that looks like it's O-type star about to collapse. Maximum power to the shields. Initiating scan.
Getting swamped with solar radiation. Try reducing the gain on your sensors.
Narrowing the M band.
Initial results don't make any sense. The star's core reactions are failing, but it still has so much mass that it should be conducting fusion. It's as if it suddenly decided that it was no longer going to do hydrogen fusion, just heavier fusion processes.
There's a possible theory. Let's collect some stellar particles and see if we can find any clues for this with a more detailed analysis.
This kind of matter is ejected during corona events. We should be able to collect some with your ship's ram scopes if we head to one of the ejection zones.
We'll set up a plot. We'll set up a plot of locations where we can take samples. Could be a carbon star. No? Too sciencey for you. Got no idea to make you do mini games.
Results are coming in now. This still isn't making any sense. It's as if the star's life cycle was suddenly accelerated somehow, but it never went through an expansion cycle. There's no good explanation for this yet. Maybe something else in the system caused it.
With this phenomenon affecting other bodies, what if this phenomenon is affecting other bodies in the system as well?
If this is system-wide, we should find evidence of similar problems, with nuclear and chemical reactions in the system's gaseous bodies. There's a large amount of gaseous stellar matter further from the star. We should have no trouble checking that hypothesis.
Set a course for the next closest body in system.
Very strange. Usually nebulae are massive clouds between star systems. Finding a micronebula in system like this is quite rare. This may be the result of an event such as a cosmic stream, shearing through a gas giant and turning it back into particulate matter. I'll need some more readings to know for certain.
Determine the best places to scan for information.
All the particulate matter will make your ship's sensors unreliable beyond a few kilometers, and shields will be offline. The best we'll be able to do is to check small areas until we get close to something unusual. We should head to where the deionized particle density is highest.
Switch to short-range scanners. Anomalous particle cluster. Probably another minigame. Reading deionized particles, icy fragments and traces of inert materials. Picking up some low-level distortions, possibly from impulse engines. Another ship may have been here recently. Keep searching. If there's another ship here, we should see if they know anything. Reading indicate agitated particles and trace residual power folians. What are they doing this far from the assembly? What? Oh, hello? Just straight away shoot me? I suppose you are pretty pissed back on.
Rear shield's failing.
I did shoot a lot of folians lately.
Data is coming in now. Nothing unusual coming in from the nebula. But those Tholian ships were quite far from home. Unfortunately, they can't give us answers. Looks like there's some heavy ionization on the far side of the nebula, though. As if it's receiving some kind of reflected radiation from one of the gas giants.
Well, I think it's one of the rules for acquisition. You can't spend your money when you're dead. They could have at least spoken to us. Anyway, set course for the gas giant. There's a large asteroid ring around this gas giant, sir. We're reading a few metallic asteroids and some low-level radiation. Maybe some additional clues, but nothing concrete. There's a lot of small debris moving at high speed here. Nothing that we can't clear with our weapons, but we just need to make sure not to miss. Helm, stand by for evasive maneuver. Set course for the largest radioactive asteroid. You might see like red dots come across that. That's basically this asteroid is mostly silicates, but with a few deposits of iron and magnesium. Nothing particularly special. Move on to another asteroid. Like a red dot comes across the screen. That's an asteroid coming towards us. This asteroid has some zinc, copper and cobalt, plus traces of tungsten and mercury. A bit uncommon, but doesn't give us any clues. Move to another asteroid. There's the the asteroid's flying through the asteroid belt. Actually never been hit by an asteroid, so this will be a first. This is times for firsts, I guess. Large amounts of nickel and some titanium and uranium, lots of silicon. Here's something interesting, sir. This asteroid's been excavated along one side. Looks like someone used a primitive mechanical probe to crack part of the asteroid and remove some of it. Lower grade warp signatures, nothing sophisticated. Someone's been here, but probably not with a kind of technology that would explain the stellar problems. Let's get closer to that gas giant and its moons and see if we can find any other clues. plotting an optimal location for scanning the gas giant and its moons should be on display now. This is interesting. We're picking up several moons around this gas giant, and some of them have habitations. Are habitable. Admiral, I'm picking up comm traffic. One of these moons is inhabited. Why didn't we pick up this outside the system? There are thousands of background signals in space, so many from civilizations we haven't encountered yet. Some of the preliminary long scan of this system showed no N-class or L-class planets. It seems that nobody thought that it would be inhabited. Our computers just classify these signals as ambient background until we were right on top of the transmitters. Universal Translator is updated now. Any signs of starships or bases? A few minor orbital facilities, significant industrial infrastructure, 8 billion inhabitants. So I'm picking up a few low-power warp trails, nothing the size of a starship, maybe a handful of probes. There's evidence that we've come across an early warp-capable civilization here. Let's conduct a few scans. If this is warp-capable society, then when we make first contact, as we don't want to seem hostile.
Greetings, unknown vessel. This is Administrator Kumar K. Please provide identification.
This is Admiral Jessica Andrews of the USS Endeavour. I represent the United Federation of Planets.
Welcome to Lukari. Visitors here are rare, but we're always gratified by the chance to meet and exchange information with travelers. I regret that you have arrived at a difficult time. You may have noticed that our home star has become unstable. I'm leading a project to try to reignite the star. Unfortunately, we've already suffered severe disruptions, and we have a lot of problems to tackle right now.
You've had visitors from other species. We noticed the problems with your star. We came to investigate why this is happening. I mean, I question her who else has come to visit. I mean, we're United Federation of Planets. We don't really care about anyone. I suspect, being this close to Ferengi now, probably the Ferengi have popped in and said hello. Try to buy the gas giant. We noticed the problems with your star. We came to investigate why this is happening.
These problems started only recently, just a few days ago. Our astronomers noted a significant shift in the star's output, and now it looks like it's guttering and dying. If we can't solve this problem, it's the end of our species. I'm the project leader for our solar probe team. We're going to try to restart fusion with a quantum chromodynamic accretion burst, but honestly, this is a colossal problem, and it may be beyond us.
Alright, I'm going to say visitors from other species.
Yes, we've previously had contact with the Zenkethi and the Ferengi. We've heard a bit about the Deferi and the Breen, but they haven't ever been to our system. Our home world provides for all of our raw material needs, along with a few mining outposts around the asteroids and the gas giant. We've never had a compelling need to engage in space exploration. And now that our sun is going out, we're scrambling everything we've got to see if we can find a solution or a way to evacuate at least a few of our people.
On behalf of the United Federation of Planets, I extend greetings and hope for peace and mutual prosperity between our people.
I am honored to have the chance to make first contact with your people. My people have had little contact with other species, but that could change if we discover that we have mutual goals and interests. Of course, if our star goes out, this will also be last contact.
My ship is part of a larger fleet. We have advanced technology, and we may be able to assist you.
We have a solar probe ready that contains the booster module that needs to be fired into the star. It's capable of warp 2. There's a problem, though. The probe's remote navigation systems don't work. All of the interference from the solar flaring and guttering is blocking the signal. Could your ship get a trajectory plot so that we could set a pre-programmed course?
We'll look into it and see when use our astrometric computer to build a plot. What? We'll look into it. We can use our astrometric computer to build a plot. What? We writing a play, are we? What adjustments would you like to make to the trajectory, sir? Plot 1 should be an elevation of 9,850. It is currently 9,800. Plot 2 should be an offset of 9,400. It is currently 9,100. I call it plot. Point, you twit. You great big gas, you bastard, you. Yeti. Elevation on the first point is good, and the second point is good.
We're getting your telemetry now. I'll have my engineers prepare the probe. Let's see if this works. Nothing to worry about, just the future of my planet.
We'll hold position for you to launch the probe.
The probe's made it out of orbit. Engaging secondary boosters to head out of planetary range.
The probe engines are hitting
gone to
full burn.
warp.
We're tracking telemetry from
The
the
probe
probe
is
with
arriving
Stardate
at the solar
system
corona.
functioning
Deploying
despite the interference.
chromodynamic booster. No effect. It didn't work. Repeat. Well, it didn't work. That was our one shot. Thank you for trying to help. I'm not sure what to try next. Maybe we can evacuate a few people. I'm not going to give up. But the situation is grim. If your people can offer any other help, we would welcome it. But I just don't see a way to relocate 8 billion people in the next few hours.
We're not necessarily out of solutions. We might still be able to find a way to reignite the star. So, an unknown vessel is entering the system small, but can't get a reading for its hull. Getting very strange readings from the ship, but can't read its interior at all. How the new arrival?
My name is Caldano. Looks like
What?
I've arrived at the perfect time. I'm here to help with the problem with this star. I'm a scientist, and I have some specialized knowledge that can help.
Hang on. Caldano. Didn't the Vorgons try to kill you? Whoa. Dun dun dun. It's nice to meet you. Cal, your help will be appreciated.
With apologies for the interruption, this is my home star. My people are the ones at risk here. If you have some way to reverse this process, my people should be involved.
Agreed. Since no other solutions will have presented themselves, we could at least hear him out.
All right, I'm willing to do so, but it will take me a little while to get a shuttle out there. As you might imagine, things are a little hectic over here right now.
Don't worry. We do not need a shuttle.
You won't be able to get a lock on my ship interior due to the subspace manifolds. I'll go ahead and bring you aboard.
Ready for transport.
Welcome aboard. I'm Caldano.
You moved me here without crossing the intervening space. You have quantum teleportation technology.
Yes. We call it a transporter. It has a limited range, but it's useful for going from surface to ship.
impossible! This ship's interior is massive, even though it's no bigger than a shuttle.
My ship uses compactified subspace folds. It's bigger on the inside.
Doctor Who reference. Right now, yeah, we have bigger issues to handle. It's bigger on the inside, smaller on the outside. TARDIS! Which stands for time and relative in dimensions in space, by the way. Oh, nerd!
This is all quite overwhelming. This Caldano person is another stranger from somewhere else. And you're here to help with our dying star?
Yes, we came to investigate the star, and now we're involved.
Oh. Yes, I suppose I can see how a star suddenly dying might attract someone's attention.
Normally, my people are explorers, and we would open diplomatic relations to engage first contact, but this isn't a normal situation.
It's an odd coincidence. We'd probably never have met if it weren't for the trouble with the star. My people have never really had any desire to go exploring out there. We've sent a few probes and met a couple of neighbors, but we're happy at home, and we have what we need, so why risk it? I guess this crisis answers that question. The galaxy is bigger than us, and to survive, we need to look past just our homeworld.
Well, I'm not going to read what I'm supposed to answer, but just to tell you, really communicate what you're a tiny little speck on an even smaller speck in a very vast universe. You are, like all of us, including humanity, we are insignificant compared to the universe. Anyway, the United Federation of Planets makes exploration and peaceful contact with new species one of its primary missions. I don't know what the Klingons will say, because they don't really do first contact, it's more about conquest, so yeah, we'll find out when we do a Klingon player.
It sounds like you have a lot of experience in meeting other kinds of people. Maybe if we survive this, we can take the chance and learn more about each other, to talk about what we might have in common and what we have to offer.
I'm sure that my people will want to open relations. Your experience here will make you a natural choice for to participate in these discussions.
What can I do to help? My home is at risk. I want to do something, to be involved in solving this problem.
Stay with me. I can see how we could study and solve these problems. Stay with Caldano. This is his ship, so you could probably explain it best. Well, yeah, it'll be safer and less risky. This is going to be a delicate process, so stay with Caldano. It is his ship, he is the captain. Hello, Cal. Not one to tell you this, mate, but you're going to die in the 22nd century on board the USS, on board the Enterprise, under command of Captain Archer. Oh, sorry.
Welcome to my ship. Don't be alarmed. This vessel is from the 31st century, and it has some technology you may not recognize yet. I can assure you, though, that I'm here to help.
That explains why I wasn't able to scan through your ship's hull, or how you are able to have the technology that can prepare a dying star.
Correct. I'm associated with the temporal division of... well, let's just say that I'm an ally from the future, and I'm here to save the Lucari star.
So this involves changing the time stream. I've had about enough of this, enough of that recently.
No, I'm trying to prevent changes. Someone's tampered with this star. It's not supposed to die out here. The Lucari don't disappear today, at least not if we have any say in it. I have some technology that can help, but we'll need to rework it in order to repair the star's fusion processes. What I need you to do is help me align this matrix to match the star's original spectrum.
Could you explain in more detail?
This matrix can adjust quantum induction fields, but Restarting stellar processes isn't its normal use. This task should be simple. Go to each console and adjust the intensity of each color spectrum in the mix. When you have the right mix, the matrix on the center console should match the original color of the star.
Got it. So that would be the Toxitutot. Whatever it was. Yeah. Just the blue spectrum. Blue wavelength range 450 to 495 Newton meters. I don't know what that is. So we're scanning. While scanning, I've got some data on Caldano. It's a little surprising. He seems to be a hybrid of human and Vulcan with a similar DNA from the people of this world. Apparently, at some future date, these people, the Lucari, have a stronger tie with the rest of the galaxy. So he's not just protecting this planet; he's protecting his own ancestors from annihilation. That actually means he's probably more reliable. Let's finish repairing the star. Current wavelength 510 should be 620 to 750.
Sounds like whoever tried to destabilize the Lucari stars decided to come knocking. Let's see. They're packing a real wallop. Shields just went down. We have incoming.
Weapons ready, prepared to repel boarders.
What are those things?
Those are Folians.
Holy, keep them away. I need to finish these computations.
Trust you bloody Folians to come... Well, yeah.
I have the device shielded in a force field, but I can't deploy it until these Tholians are out of the way. Shields are back up. They shouldn't be able to get any more boarding parties over.
You're a time traveller. They don't like time travel. They're kind of like the anti-time lords. I mean, where the hell you are. Okay, Doctor.
We've got a breather. Now I just have to charge the device and prepare it for use. In just a few minutes, it'll propagate a quantum wave shift that should correct the star's stalled fusion process. You should head back to your ship, and I'll send the administrator back home.
Return to ship.
The device is charging. We should be just a few minutes away from repairing the star now.
Standing by.
Give us the talks, you You will surrender the talks you have, or you will be destroyed. Obviously, it will happen. One more time. The star.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll give you it. Bloody Folians! I just repaired this bloody ship! I don't know if she's putting out some extraordinary powers. Well, it's from the 31st century, Coes. God's sake. Future tech happens. Again, 31st century. Are you not paying attention? Yeah, you're not catching me in that damn web. Sick and tired of being called bloody web. Anyway, fire when ready. Red love and not hate. Use. Hiding behind the web wall, eh?
Firing in 3 seconds. Activating the rejuvenator.
It's working. Look at the star. Check the spectral readings. The fusion process is reigniting, and it's returning to normal.
Readings are stabilizing. The shockwave should be barely noticeable by the Lucari.
Some of those ships have just arrived at our home system. They're attacking our homeworld. We don't have any way to repel starships like this. Please, help us.
On our way.
Please, you have to stop them. We don't have any warships or space weapons.
Okay. You clearly never played a 4X space strategy game, have you? You always build planetary defences. Like the first thing. You protect your homeworld with a big bloody fleet. So anyone comes to knock in, you give them an absolute battering. So they don't do it again. You may melt when ready. Hiding behind the wall. You make the space Mexicans pay for it. Oh, of course you're out of bloody range. God damn torpedoes! Come here.
Folians have managed to get my ship in a web. I need your help.
Hello, fellas. Now the thing I went back to stop the Gorgons from stealing, you just casually brought it back now. You twit. Daniel should be having words with you. Where is Daniels anyway?
Thanks for the save, but the Tholians managed to steal the Tox Utot while they had my ship webbed. That must have been their plan all along. My data suggests that the Tholians used a trilithium warhead to destabilize the star. But the amount of resources needed to build such a weapon makes it inefficient, to say the least. No, I suspect that somehow they knew that I'd come here to save this star, and that I would bring the Tox Utot. Fortunately, the Lucari star is safe. However, nobody else will be as long as the Tholians have that device. They could use it to snuff out or destabilize stars anywhere they want.
We'll have to get it back from them somehow, but that means we have to figure out their next target.
I have some thoughts on that, but I will need to do some calculations. These events and the Tox Utot itself are tied up in the temporal Cold War. The Tholians may not care, but by using the Tox Utot, they risk distorting the timeline by wiping out civilizations that are supposed to survive into the future, such as the Lucari. I'll be in touch. At least now the Lucari will have a promising future.
Understood.
Yaldano is correct. You have preserved our future. My people will be forever grateful, not to mention my personal gratitude, of course. I think we have a bright future ahead of us, if you'll forgive my play on words. I am eager to see where it leads. Thank you once again.
My people will contact you again soon. We have many matters to discuss.
I wish I could ask you about your science, your trade, your society. But I suppose there will be time for all of that now that our crisis has been averted. Won't there?
First contact with another species is one of our most important duties. Our initial meeting has shown promise for an exchange of culture and knowledge.
I think our friend the administrator here is going to need a ride home. Would you mind? If you'll pick her up and take her home, I'll start looking for more data about the Tholians' plans.
We'll rendezvous with you shortly.
I have collected an amazing amount of information about what happened to this star. Thank you for bringing me along. Once we're back in Allied space, I'll take a shuttle home.
Okey-dokey. I can just take you back to Deep Space Nine, you know. I have a starship. Transport Administrator Kimaki home. It seems that first contact with the Lucari has gotten off to a reasonable start. Now we have to hope that when the Tholians show up again with the Tox Utot, we could stop them from doing anything disastrous. We are ready to leave the system on your orders, sir. You're about to walk into it. Forget about it. Okay. We shall Howl Command. Sunrise, Howl
A
Command.
first contact is a significant event for the Federation. We will be glad to open a dialogue with the Lucari people. Unfortunately, the loss of the Tox Utot is troubling. We have some reports about this device from when Jean-Luc Picard encountered it on Ryza in 2366. And obviously, we can't let the Tholians keep a piece of future technology that can destabilize stars. We'll have to deal with that later.
We have the quantum phase torpedo, which is actually pretty good. Quantum beamer, quantum phase. Energy type. Wait, phaser? Doesn't actually say. Quantum phaser damage. phase damage. So we'll get the torpedo and probably some point come back and get the rest of this just to complete the set. That is a pretty good console, I mean, plus 20% auxiliary. Not so much to mean hot restart automatically remove auxiliary power disabled in disabled conditions. But it's the mostly doubles the potency of quantum phase weapons shield draw, shield drain. It's pretty good. So we'll choose the torp, and then we'll go away. So the next mission will be in part 45. Oh, getting there. Part 45 of Future Proof. We'll go Stormbound, which is our intelligence indicates the increased phone activity in the Knuckles system. Cardano believes that they're trying to interfere with the Knuckles star using the Tox Utats. He's giving it a better name than that. And then we'll carry on the Future Proof. So I'll see you in part 45. Oh, I've changed my weapons to weapons there. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'm watching it
Not
back.
all the experience.
Go away. It's like every time Lieutenant Commander Vansil just turns up and goes, "Oh, you're in the middle of your outro." I'm just going to turn up and just ruin it because I'm Lieutenant Commander Vansil. Go away. Anyway, as I was saying, thank you very much for watching. I do like the fact it's now after it's now it says Lucari now that we've figured it up. Anyway, as I was saying before, now just kind of trail of thought. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you're watching this back, welcome to part 44. You got to this end. I don't do anything funny. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Oh, live forever and keep the faith. May the force be with you, and live long and prosper.